Okay, so that fixture there was the original. That's the original electrical box. And then this and this are the electrical boxes that I added. The original box that's up in the ceiling looks sort of like this, but not exactly like this one. This kind of a box, the one that's up in the ceiling, is called a new work box. The guys put that in when they were first building the house, and it's attached to this stud directly. It's pretty tight to the stud, probably. There may be nails going straight through it, or sometimes there's little wings that attach to it. But the point is, it's going to be very close to the stud, which is important in a minute. You'll see why. This kind of box is actually one that's used for remodeling, and it's called an old work box. The thing that's special about it is, it has these wings that flip out like that. And the way it works is, unlike the new work box, which is attached directly to the stud, this is actually going to be hanging on the drywall. And the way it works is, after you cut a hole, there'll be a template to cut a hole into the drywall. This pushes through, and the drywall will be all the way around like this. And when you take a screwdriver, you'll screw it in, and as you turn it, these wings will pop out like that. So they'll pop out all around, and they end up gripping the drywall. So this box isn't really hanging on the stud. This box is actually going to be hanging from the drywall. So to help you visualize, imagine that this paper is the drywall. Just use your imagination. I've cut a hole in the drywall, and I've pushed the box through. And after I push the box through, I tighten down those 3 screws. And this would be the view from above. You can see how the wings are sitting on top of the drywall because I've turned the screws and it basically snugged them down to the drywall. And those wings, when they're sitting on the drywall, it'll hold quite a bit of weight. You'd be surprised. So pretend this is the view from above. The idea is that these wings will come out, and as you tighten your screwdriver, they will move down and tighten up next to the drywall. So when you put it up against the stud, you have to make sure that it's turned in such a way that the wings don't hit the stud. And what that usually means is that you'll have to make sure that when you figure out where the stud is with your stud finder, that the box is away from the stud by just a little bit. So you just have to do the best you can. If it's a little bit tighter, you can see you can still turn it for at least this kind of a box, and it'll still clear the stud, but it's still not going to be quite as snug against the stud as the new work box is. Those 3, they're off just by maybe a 1/4 inch or so. So you can see I just want to give a little bit of spacing there. It also makes it easier when I'm cutting the drywall to not have to hit into the stud. So now that you can picture it, that electrical box is attached to the stud snugly, and that box have wings that are hanging on the drywall. But once everything is put together, you really just don't notice the difference between them all.